and I won't back down. Hey, baby, there ain't no easy way out.
If you suffer from chronic pain, listen up. I think you guys know that I'm a fitness fanatic and I'm always looking for ways to improve my health. That's when I discovered a turmeric supplement called Golden Revive Plus. After taking it for just a few weeks, I started to feel relief in places I didn't even know I had pain. This stuff is incredible for reducing pain in your knees, back, hips, elbows, hands, or feet, and I want to share it with as many people as I possibly can. That's why I'm recommending it on my podcast with a special discount just for the Right View listeners until August 31st. You can get 30% off your first order of Golden Revive Plus. Just head over to goldenrevive.com and use promo code Trump at checkout. Over 300,000 Americans just like you are already using Golden Revive Plus to get and stay pain-free. Again, head over to goldenrevive.com and use promo code Trump at checkout for 30% off your first order. Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us right here on The Right View. Tonight, we are joined by country rap artists Dusty Dahlgren and Brett Brooks. You may know them better as the Moonshine Bandits. We've had them on before. You know them. You love them. They have a new song out right now, Colors Don't Run. Dusty and Brett, thanks for joining again. Welcome back to The Right View. And let's just go ahead and say it. You've got a pretty special feature on this latest song. What made you guys want to collaborate with me on this song? I was so honored to do it, and we had so much fun.
Go ahead, Bird.
I got to tell you right now, after being your podcast last year, first, thank you again for having us back. And I think that we really connected last year on that podcast. And we found out that, you dabble in music and you started working with music. And this song fits you. You know what I mean? It fits our country. And like, we were so honored to actually have you, find the time, to meet up with us in the studio in New York, and also be able to do such an amazing job, working with our producer, Brad Cox. I know that it's hard to do things in the studio sometimes, but you nailed it. And we think that everybody's going to love this song. You got a tremendous, beautiful voice.
Thank you. When it's not hoarse, when I'm not overusing it. Thank you. It was really fun. It was so fun to go meet up with you guys, to get in the studio together. I feel like it just, sometimes you just like vibe with people and it just works. And I feel like this was the case. And really, I mean it. I was very honored you guys asked me to do this. You may or may not know, sometimes people out there like to criticize me for getting into music. Are you kidding? They try to drag me, and it actually kind of makes me want to do it more. So when you guys asked me, I was like, absolutely, this is definitely something I want to do. And I think that everyone I have allowed to listen to the song, I've sent it to a lot of people. They've all loved it. And I'll tell you who is a person who really loves the song, my husband, Eric. It's like on in his car all the time, just so you know. So, but this is, you say this is a perfect song for me. I agree. It really is a song about our country. What inspired you guys to write this song? Where did it all start, and how did that come about?
Yeah, also to add why you're the perfect fit for the song is, I watch your pod and I know you believe in God, faith, family, and freedom. And that's what this song's about. At what point in the world did it become uncool to be proud of your country?
Right.
And that's what this song means a lot. In November 22nd, 23rd, 2023, I came up with that line, colors don't run and neither do I. And I feel like that's where we're at right now in the world is we need to stand up for ourselves. We need to be proud Americans. I still pray at dinner with my family. I believe in freedom. My grandfather was blue collar and he worked his butt off to just have the luxury of freedom and be a proud American. That's what the song means to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dusty came up with the concept, like you said, last year. And, it resonated with me, because like I shared with you in the studio that, my family had came to America in 1630 and my ancestors are buried in the Concord Cemetery in Concord, Massachusetts. And they were there day one fighting off the British and fighting them back to Boston to stand up for an ideals way back then of liberty and justice for all, for freedom, the right to say no, the right to stand up against tyranny. And like, I'm proud that my ancestors are part of that, and they fought on the side of the North during the Civil War, and they fought for rebuilding the country down in Texas after the Civil War, and they fought in World War II. We all have shared, military heroes on both sides of our family, and we can't thank them enough. But this song means a lot to me and to Dusty, and I know it does to you too.
It does, 100%. It is. I say it in kind of that like teaser that we have online, but this is the song for right now. It's for this moment. Dusty, you talk about your grandfather, and that's a line in the song. My grandfather's blue collar's dirty and gray, but it's like it kind of gives me chills to think about it. There's this phrase that I've heard a lot, and it keeps coming back and coming up right now, which is that tough men make easy times make soft men make hard times, and hard times make tough men. I feel like we're in this weird cycle right now where our grandfathers are, the people who we really can look back at as our greatest generation. They fought and man, they fought in World War II, literally fought for our country and for our freedoms right now. They went through hard times. You came out of a depression, and then, we have World War II, and they fought and they worked hard, and it made times easy. And now it feels like we're in this time where we do have a lot of soft people, and the soft people are making hard times, and we need to stand up. This is the moment right now where we have to take things seriously. We can't just go along to get along. We've got a real situation on our hands in America, and everybody has to fight for this country. What was it that you were hoping, as you were kind of like writing this song, people would take away from it?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're looking for a little bit of unity, but we're also looking to bring back that patriotism that we lost. Where's the pride? Why can't we raise our flag? It's not about politics. It's about being American, being pro-American. I want to raise my flag. I don't want to see somebody stomping my flag that people died for.
Right. And that brings up another thing too, is like right now, there's a fellow artist of ours that, I admire his work, and like he just got banned from Facebook for, doing a demonstration of being against burning the flag. Yet Facebook is allowing people to protest and burn our flag. So he stood up against burning our flag, and Facebook will allow you to protest and burn our flag. It's sickening. It's absolutely sickening. And to be honest, that we even have to enter into a political type of arena to get this across just goes to show you how far that musicians like us have been pushed. Right. And we can't allow it to be pushed anymore. We've already hit the tipping point, and we have to fight for our country to get it back. There has to be a sense of morality in our country still. Mm-hmm. There has to be a sense of hope in our country still. We can't be force-fed this negative, unmoral type of code that we have to adhere to. We have to go back to our principles.
Yeah, amen to that. Well, that's what's on the line right now. It really feels like it. I mean, I loved working with you guys, as I said, on this song. But one of the other great things about it is we're actually giving back with it. Can you guys explain to the people watching and listening how it is that this song is giving back? Because, I mean, it would have been enough to release a very inspirational song. And I really feel like that's what it is. But to be able to give back as a result of it as well, I think is fantastic.
Yeah, we're proud to be giving a little percentage to our nonprofit, which is Operation Packing Company. And we ship about 80 boxes to our heroes overseas, everything from hygiene to entertainment or, handwritten cards from local schools. And they go out to these soldiers that are fighting for us. And it's kind of good for us to give back to our nonprofit because they'll benefit off the song forever. So
that's so cool.
Yeah,
it's nice whenever you think of other people as well. And what a great thing that you guys have. That's I mean, what a better charity. I can't even think of
Can I
we're
add
so
to that
grateful.
real quick?
Yeah.
Can I add to that? Is just the one thing that we've been able to see come to fruition is by when we started this charity in 2011, right, Dust? Is that when it was? I
think
believe
so.
2011. We've had soldiers and military personnel that have received packages that have received them last year, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, come to our shows and be able to
Wow.
share their emotions of receiving those boxes. And like for us to actually have someone come back home and tell us that it impacted their life. I mean, you can't be more proud of what Operation Packing Company is doing and giving hope and support to and telling our soldiers and troops that we love them and they're not
Yeah.
forgotten.
Yeah, it feels like there's so much going on. Sometimes it feels like we do forget them and forget that there's still people overseas, still out there fighting for us and away from their families and allowing us to live in the greatest country on earth. So very cool. Where can people, by the way, find out more information on that?
OperationPackingCompany.org.
Okay. We'll make sure people
You
have
can
that.
also, yeah, you can also donate at any one of our shows. 100% of every dollar that comes in goes back to the boxes. So
That's awesome. Very cool. Brett, I want to ask you, you actually, speaking of going to shows, joined President Trump last week in Pennsylvania. I don't know, was this your first rally? I didn't get any info on whether it was your first.
yeah,
Tell me what you thought. How did it compare to maybe one of your concerts? What was the
I
vibe?
have
How did you choose which internet service provider to use? The sad thing is, most of us have very little choice because internet service providers operate like monopolies in the regions they serve. They then use this monopoly power to take advantage of customers. Data caps, bandwidth throttling, the list goes on. But worst of all, ISPs have the ability to keep a log of every website you visit, and so can a ton of other third parties, unless you use ExpressVPN. Without ExpressVPN, these third parties can still see every website you visit, even in incognito mode. ExpressVPN reroutes 100% of your traffic through secure encrypted servers so third parties can't see your browsing history. That's why I use ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN stops hackers from stealing your data by creating a secure encrypted tunnel between your device and the internet. You just fire up the app on your phone, laptop, or tablet, click one button, and that's it. You're protected. Protect your online privacy today by visiting expressvpn.com/Trump. That's expressvpn.com/Trump, and you can get an extra 3 months for free. expressvpn.com/Trump. You've asked and MyPillow listened. They're finally bringing you the most requested offer ever. Right now, you can get the queen size premium MyPillow for only $19.98. MyPillow is made with patented adjustable fill, and it adjusts to your exact individual needs regardless of your sleep position. It helps keep your neck aligned and holds its shape all night long so you get the best sleep of your life. But that's not all. Get their 6-piece kitchen or bath towel sets for only $25, the brand new mattress topper for as low as $69.98, and their famous MyPillow bed sheets for as low as $25, and so much more. Go to mypillow.com or call 800-624-3945 and use promo code TRUMP to get huge discounts on all MyPillow products, including the premium queen size MyPillow, only $19.98. That's the lowest price ever. Don't delay, order today, and use promo code TRUMP.
I've got, if you let me just ramble for a second,
Yeah.
I've been kind of thinking about this. It was my first Trump rally.
Oh,
And I know he's
wow.
been doing rallies since 2015. I've been on the road,
Yeah.
I've been touring ridiculous. So this, what for me personally, thank you for the invitation. I was able to take my wife and our manager, Mike, and our photographer, Rocco, who did an amazing job, gathering photos and whatnot. But to be able to get there so early, we wanted to take in the whole day and see what really goes on at a rally.
You texted me a picture. I was like, oh, he's there that early. Wow.
And I got to tell you, being an artist, I don't like to be out. I don't like to be out in the middle of people anymore. It's weird. You never know what people's agendas are, but it was incredible because there was every face of America. There was every shade of every color. There was every religion. There was straight, gay, preachers, bikers, farmers, everybody you can imagine, blue collar, white collar, everyone was there, and everyone was having a great time, an incredible time, loving each other, chanting, doing these USA patriotic chants. That's all I kept hearing was USA, USA. It wasn't about pushing a narrative. It was about patriotism,
Mm-hmm.
and it was about family. And one of the things I got to take away, you asked, is this kind of like our shows? It is 100% like a Moonshine Bandits concert, because our fans, the Shiner Nation, gather together like a family, and they tailgate before our shows, and it's nothing but love. And it's every race, every color, doesn't matter who you are, as long as you're proud American, you're going to be welcome at any one of our shows.
Right.
You know what I mean? And if you're just a good human being, you know what I mean, that likes to have a good time, I'm telling you, it's that. But I do want to share one moment that I had. I met with a lady named Renee White. She was sitting on my row, and she was at Butler, Pennsylvania, right behind your father-in-law.
Oh, wow.
During the assassination attempt. She was the lady in the turquoise blue shirt and was standing up during the whole time watching it all. And I had a chance to talk with her, and she was a big fan of Moonshine Bandits. So for her,
wow.
she also got to meet your father-in-law that day and meet me. And we hugged each other and we cried, and she told her story. And she is truly, I told her, you're a true witness to real divine intervention in our country's history, and to always spread that message that there is hope and there is someone watching out for our country. And I truly believe that. And this lady's story is incredible. I hope people have a chance to hear it. I know she was interviewed on several of the platforms as well.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's what a cool thing. And thank you for saying that about the rallies. I think it's one of the things that I've found most frustrating whenever you get the skewed mainstream media narrative about a Trump rally, that there are these like white supremacist gatherings or anything like that. It doesn't matter who you are, Brett, to your point, anyone could come to a Trump rally and you will be welcomed with open arms. You had Dean Phillips, who's a Democrat, who ran for president against Joe Biden. Ironically, of course, they never held any primaries, and now we've plugged Kamala Harris in, but I digress. Dean Phillips, back like 6 months ago, said, you know what? I wanted to see, there was a Trump rally being held where I was in, a certain day. I said, let me just go check it out and see. And he was like, it's not at all what people make it out to be. In fact, when I told people I was a Democrat, and I was an elected Democrat at that, people were like, all right, great, come on in. And he said it was positive. And as you say, the face of America, every single person you could ever imagine to see in this country goes to a rally, because it's not about hating anyone. It's not about pushing anything like that. It's about loving this country. And thank you for saying that. And I'm glad you had such an awesome experience and an awesome time there. Dusty, have you been?
I have not. I couldn't make that one for some family reasons, but I definitely want to get invited to the next one.
Okay.
You gotta go. You gotta go too, because I gotta say this. I'm not only the music is great during the rallies too. It's positive, keeps you going and everything. Hopefully we can get Colors Don't Run played at one of them coming up. But your father-in-law live, Laura, I gotta tell you, he is energetic and I mean, he is incredible with the crowds, and to be able to witness that at such close distance, and to see the response of Americans, and it's sincere response. I'm so happy that we were able to experience it, me and my wife. Thank you so much again for the invitation.
Of course, always. Yeah, Dusty, let me know when you want to go. We'll get you set up. Yeah, anytime. So awesome. Listen, I recently chatted as well with Brian Kelly from Florida Georgia Line. People probably know him. He released a song, Make America Great Again, right after the assassination attempt on my father-in-law. Obviously, we now have Colors Don't Run. Do you feel like, Dusty, people are craving patriotism in our country again? I really think that people are sort of sick of not being proud or being told they shouldn't be proud to be an American. And I think whenever I see projects like this, like, Colors Don't Run, Make America Great Again by Brian Kelly, it's giving me hope that people are not being hoodwinked. They're not being suppressed anymore and told, like, you can't celebrate America. Do you feel like we've turned a corner on that, or we are, hopefully?
I think we're getting there. I don't think we're there yet, but I think we're getting there. People are fed up. It's not just about being an American, but being a strong American, being real proud, and not having to waver from that. And just I think we're going to get there. I think songs like this help. It helps get the word. I think it unites the country. It fires them up. I think we'll get there. I'm confident.
We're working on it. That's the truth. And it's funny because, music really impacts culture, and to see so many artists now, I think, coming out with songs and being unafraid to say what they think and how they feel and really put it out there, I think is very powerful. And, when you're alone in your car or wherever it is, you got your headphones in, you're listening to music, it really, when it evokes certain emotion in you, it's hard not to have that impact you in the way you think and the way you feel. And so I think it's great. I agree. I think we're getting there. We're close. And I'm going to predict that with this election cycle, people are going to they're done with it. As far as I'm concerned, I think this election is going to speak loud and clear. And I still fully believe Donald Trump will be reelected as our 47th president. And I think that it will be still a landslide despite the current setup going on the other side of the aisle. And I think it's because people just want their country back. They want to be proud of America. They want to have a great place to live with their families. And they don't want to feel ashamed of feeling that way anymore. So kudos to you guys for starting that trend, getting people moving in that direction, because I think, again, music, I think, is very powerful. And it's one of the ways that I think we can really kind of encourage people out of their shell on this. But let me ask you guys, where can people catch you live on tour the rest of this year? And what can you tell us about your upcoming album, Confessions of an Outlaw?
Okay, I'll talk about the tour, and I'll let Dusty come in with the new record. All right, so the tour right now, this weekend we're going to be out on the West Coast, and we'll be out there for 3 weeks right now, all the way from Washington down to Arizona. So go to moonshinebandits.com, and then we'll be heading back to the Midwest and East Coast. So be on the lookout. We're going to be all around the country, but I also want to tell everybody too about our upcoming cruise with Royal Caribbean. It's set sail out of Port Canaveral next March. So if you want to check that out, you go on our website as well. It's the Red, White, and Boozed cruise too. You know what I mean? So
hopefully I'll have a little more time on my hands by next March. Let's see what happens.
I'll tell you what, if you would love to join us, we'd love to have you out on the cruise. We go to the Bahamas and Coco Cay. Me and Dusty went on a site inspection cruise. Thanks, Royal Caribbean, for letting us go out and check it out. It's an incredible organization and a really great ship. It's the Utopia of the Seas. But moonshinebandits.com, get all your touring info. We'd love to see you at a show. Everyone is welcome at our shows. Everyone.
There you go.
No matter what color, race, face, whatever you believe, it's fine. Just come to our show. You're going to have a great time, and you're going to be welcomed with open arms. It's a family type of environment.
Love that. And what about the upcoming album, Dusty? What can you tell us?
Yeah. On the Colors Don't Run song too, it's important to say who's worked with us on that song.
Right.
It was Ira Dean, Chris Wallen helping write, and then obviously Lara being a big part of that, getting the word out, and then Brad Cox and Ty on the production of that song. But the new album, it's called Confessions of an Outlaw. 12 new songs, a lot of self-reflection in it. We believe in God. He's given us a great lifestyle, but maybe we haven't lived the lifestyle up to his standards. So it's kind of playing back and forth with that. A lot of nonconformity, and don't mistake the outlaw lifestyle for a criminal lifestyle. It's basically standing up for what we believe in. 12 brand new songs. Fire.
You can talk to Donald Trump about that. I'm sure he would have a few things to say about that too.
We are available for that conversation anytime he's ready.
Yeah. There you go.
a few more of the right people sharing the song, I think it'll blow up.
Okay.
Right.
You bet.
Pun
Well,
intended on the right.
I'm gonna send it to him as a possible addition to the playlist, pre-rally playlist. So
Love
we'll
that.
see
Love that.
see what happens. But Dusty and
Yeah.
Brett, thank you guys
Thank you.
so much for coming back and chatting. Thank you again for including me on this song. Again, it was such an honor. I had so much fun with you guys and getting to know you a little bit better. So maybe more in our future. You never know. I never say never.
I hope so.
I assume you guys don't either. So thank you for being here on The Right View. And to everybody at home, as always, thanks for joining us. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, and follow. We'll see you back here next time for more.
And I won't back down. Hey, baby, there ain't no easy way out.
Nothing is worse than being on a phone call that drops. Nothing is worse than trying to text someone and you can't reach them because your phone is out of service range. And nothing is worse than supporting these major corporations and companies who don't support us. That is why I love Patriot Mobile. They are America's only Christian conservative wireless network. They use every cell tower out there available to all networks so that they have the greatest 4G and 5G coverage nationwide, and they support the causes that are important to us as conservatives. If you go today to patriotmobile.com/Lara Trump and use the promo code Trump, you will get free activation today. Again, that is patriotmobile.com/Lara Trump. The promo code is Trump for free activation so that you can get a great cell plan and feel good about doing it.